Lawrence County Municipal Court's now back in session. State of Ohio versus Hallie Pack, case number PRC 23-1648, A and B. Mr. Holt. Mr. Holt.
I apologize, Your Honor.
James T. representing the defendant, and the defendant is here, correct?
Yes. May I approach, Your Honor? We have agreed to issue on the driver.
Well, let's see what you have here. Employment-related travel related to this court, and medical necessities. Granted.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Now, what else do we have today?
Discovery was just responded to today. We haven't had a chance to review it, my client or myself. So we just asked for a continuance to give us time to review discovery so we can have a meaningful conversation with the state. Approximately a month.
So we're going to set it for another pretrial, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
When do you want a pretrial?
How about the 8th, Your Honor?
Well, let's see.
January
Yep,
8th?
that's good.
Okay.
January 8th, 2024 at 10 a.m. for a pretrial. And are you waiving time today?
For the period of that continuance, yes, Your Honor.
We've prepared an entry, Your Honor.
I can sign that entry. I think I already have.
You signed it.
Pretrial set January 8th, 2024 at 10 a.m. Time waiver is being signed. Have you signed it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
State of Ohio versus Amber Kelly, case number TRC 23-1026, A, B, C, and D. Your Honor, this was originally sent for motion here. My understanding would have been something like that.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. You're withdrawing the motion?
Yes, Your Honor, we have a resolution of this case. My client's prepared to enter a guilty plea to the impaired driving charge under 4511.19 A1A. In exchange, the state would agree to dismiss the remaining charges, and we would ask that this matter be set for sentencing sometime down the road. My client's receiving some treatment, and Mr. Heald would like to see that progress to completion prior to sentencing, is my understanding, Your Honor.
Let's have that statute number again.
4511.19, capital, parenthesis, capital A, numeral 1, lowercase a.
We have that? Okay. Are you making that motion to
Yes,
amend?
yes, we're in favor of that.
So you're amending the OVI charge to,
It's still an OVI charge, it's just one of the ways in which it can be charged.
4511.19 A1A?
Yes, sir.
And what's the plea?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Is that correct? Okay. What about the turn signal violation?
We can nolly that, Your Honor.
There are several additional charges that should be nollied, Your Honor.
Distracted driving?
And a hit skip, Your Honor.
Is that correct, Mr. Heald?
Yes, Your Honor, and I just want to make sure, yeah, she showed financial responsibilities.
You want me to nolly those 3 charges today or just wait?
Today? Yes.
Okay.
Plea of guilty to impaired driving, nollie, turn signal, hit skip, distracted driving. Now, when do you need a sentencing hearing?
Your Honor, I looked at Friday, January 26.
That works. It works for the prosecutor.
Yes, we're okay with that.
Sentencing 1/26/24 at 10 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Freddie Adkins, case number CRD 23-631, CRD 23-437.
Sean Stratton is here on behalf of the defendant. The defendant is here, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And we have 2 trials today. Jeremy Brown is here.
Your Honor, we're unable to reach an agreement. We'll ask this be set for trial.
You're unable to,
Yes.
okay, I want the record to show perfect drug screen.
Okay.
I'm putting that in the file. Good job.
Thank you.
So we want a trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, what's our time situation?
Well, there have been time waivers up to this point. And of course, we believe anyway that there would be a time waiver for when the trial date's set for that period of time.
All right,
January 12th would be good, Your Honor.
excuse me.
January 12th?
Okay, now it's 2 trials, right?
First case is up first unless the state files a motion to consolidate them.
Okay, we have 437 and 631. Are you trying both cases or?
They are unrelated, they are not a,
It would be okay to try them separately as far as we're concerned.
Okay. So, wait a minute.
So we'll do the 437 for the trial.
it was the first case, whichever the
Okay.
first case is.
Now, you've demanded a jury trial on that.
Yes, should have.
You want a jury trial?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to need Dorothy.
He's not even doing good now. Did you read his report today? He'll do way better. No, we can't do that.
We could do it, but
Could.
we're not doing it.
Dorothy? Okay. Judge Kepper's going to take over and make a decision on jury trial date.
Oh, Judge Copper's here? Okay.
Just walked in the door.
All right.
Okay. You'll be right in, so I'm going to vacate. We got Dorothy here.
People left in the back.
Now, Donald R. Capper will now be presiding for the rest of the court session today.
All right, so this is the case of Freddie Atkins, 23-631, 23-437. Mr. Stratton is the attorney. We've got, what happened to our lights?
Well, depends on
Yeah,
the maintenance request.
okay. So you want a jury trial on which cases?
Your Honor, they are 2 separate incidences, so it should be the M4, I believe, which is the first case out.
Maybe one. Case 23-437 is the first in time.
That's a case that's a first up, Your Honor, unless the state files consolidate them.
Well, let's see. Same victim?
It is.
some reason they can't be tried together in the same
The
trial?
state hasn't requested that yet, Your Honor.
Well, I'm requesting it.
Okay.
Judicial economy, there is such a thing as judicial economy.
Then, if that's the case, then I guess we will.
I mean, is there some reason they should not be tried together? You have the same complaining party, and same venue. So if there's some reason they should not be tried together, so say, or forever hold your peace.
There's no reason.
Your Honor,
technically
we're gonna, I'll file a motion to sever it. There's grounds for severing the trials.
Okay. At this point, I'm going to rule there be tried together. If you want to object to that, then you need to file a motion and give me some authority as to why they should not be tried together. So, what's our time frames here?
There have been time waivers up to this point.
Yeah, Your Honor, he's at Bethesda. You'll see there's a letter in there from Bethesda, which we thought would end in the resolution of this matter, but apparently not. So.
Well, does this victim even want a conviction here? I mean,
Yes.
she does? Okay. She's on
And
board.
particularly because there was one incident, then there was another one when we were already in the middle of him supposedly getting treatment. The latest report from Bethesda doesn't tell a good story either. And, we were looking at that too, to see if that
Sure.
might change things.
That could make a difference.
Hell, the state was non-committal on that. I mean, they say that in court, but that doesn't have anything to do with the resolution of this case. It doesn't matter what he does at Bethesda. The state has made that clear to me.
There's some nuance to that.
Well, it looks like the first date where there's not a trial set is January 26th.
You want to ask back the judge's conference?
All that is, oh, she just handed me a note. Well, that'd be a good date for me not to try it, because I won't be here. Let the new acting judge do that, probably not a good idea. Okay, how about Groundhog's Day, February 2nd? The next Friday.
February 2nd will work, Your Honor.
Okay, let's set, so this is all provisional. So February 2nd, we'll set as a trial, jury trial to commence at 1 p.m. Now, you're wanting to sever, so we need to have a motion and have a hearing on that.
Yes.
When can you get me some authority and get it to Mr. Hill so he can have a look at it and we can talk about it?
Do you want to? Your Honor, maybe, I don't know. I mean, after the first, Your Honor, would be probably best. Maybe the second?
Well, I was going to give you more time than that. How about the 8th? 8th of January, can you have it filed by the 2nd?
The 8th is a bad day for me.
Okay.
Yeah. I have it filed by the 2nd.
12th is okay. Well, there's 3 trials that day. How about the 16th then? Are you here the 16th? That's a Tuesday.
Yes, yeah, 16th.
Okay, so January the 16th for a motion hearing.
We call that a pretrial also.
And we can call it a pretrial. Motion hearing / pretrial. And your motion to be filed by January 2nd.
I'll talk to you next week.
I think. Anything else?
No, Your Honor, I'm sorry. Already sent him out the door.
Next hearing will be January the 16th. 10 o'clock.
Sean?
State of Ohio versus Kevin E. Conrad, case number TRC 23-1155, A and B. Kevin Conrad.
Your Honor, Mr. Conrad had a relapse. He went today to detox at Foundations, and then after he gets out of there, he's going to go to RRS for inpatient. How long is he in detox? 3 days?
Probably 7.
7. So it might be best to probably
Okay.
come back.
And he kind of self-reported, so that, as to a bad situation, that's a good aspect of it.
Yes.
He reported
Yeah,
on
he rushed
himself
out to
and
his
agreed to
counselor
go
within
to-
hours.
I'm sorry?
He rushed out to his counselor within hours.
So he just said that he's going to be in detox for 7 days, Your Honor. So maybe come back at the end of the month, see how he's doing at inpatient. I'm good the 26th or the 29th.
Okay, let's see what those look like. Uh, 26th is better.
Yeah, that'll work.
December 26th will be the next hearing for pretrial, 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Brandon M. Dragontian, case number TRC 23-1292, A, B, C, and D. Did not check in, Your Honor.
You're not going to sign this?
This is Mr. Stratton's case.
Yes, Your Honor. I asked that you wait 7 days to...
He was at Mended
You
Reeds.
can ask for the trial, it waives the time,
Then what do I need to sign?
because that way there won't be an argument.
Well, let me think about it.
Well, I'll just have the case recalled.
Let me just think about it.
I don't-
I mean, to set it for trial. Let me just think about it. Let me think about it.
Okay, is this on this case or another case you're talking
Another
about?
case, another case.
Okay. So in this case, you have no idea where he is?
I don't know where he's at.
He's got 7 days to get in before a warrant will issue.
Case State of Ohio versus Jacob D. Hatton, case number CRB 23-756.
This is Conrad.
TRC 23-1823, A, B, and C.
Are you Jacob D. Hatton?
Yes, sir.
I'm not there, I got another case.
All right, Mr. Hatton, you've got, you're being served with a copy of the complaint. 23-756 alleges that on August the 12th of this year in Union Township, you knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to Maya Napier Gordon. That's an assault charge, maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Case number 23-1823 alleges that on August the 12th of this year at 2:53 a.m. in Union Township, you were operating a motor vehicle while you were under the influence of alcohol, that you took a test by urine that showed your prohibited blood alcohol to be 0.124. It's alleged to be a first offense. The maximum penalty is 6 months in jail, $1,075 fine, 3-year license suspension. The minimum penalty is 3 days in a treatment program, $375 fine, 6-month license suspension. You're also charged with not wearing a safety belt. That's a mandatory 30, well, you were a passenger, it says.
Yeah, and that was back when she was a passenger not wearing a seatbelt. I had mine on.
Well, I don't know why you would charge someone with OVI and being a passenger not wearing a safety belt, so that has to be a mistake. So that doesn't make any sense. That's what the charge says. Also failure to control a motor vehicle, that's a minor misdemeanor, maximum penalty is $150 fine. Do you understand the charges?
Yeah.
Do you understand your rights?
Mm-hmm.
How do you plead to these charges?
Not guilty.
You want a lawyer appointed to represent you?
Yeah, I need one.
Are you working?
Currently, no.
You had no income?
No.
All right, I'm going to put Mr. Scott to represent you.
You doing?
Nearing a not guilty plea for Mr. Hatton. He can sign a $1,500 signature bond. Protection order requested.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is Maya Napier Gordon present today? No? Is there any reason you cannot stay away from her?
Oh, yeah, I've stayed away from her, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to order it then. I'm going to order that you stay away from her. That means you can't go around her, contact her, or post things about her.
Some places there, and I'll give you a copy in the hallway.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge, as far as the next pre-trial day, look at December 29th.
I'd rather go into January.
Okay.
January
January 5th?
Any date. The 8th is not good, but any other date is pretty good in January.
Okay, can we do January 5th, Judge?
5th is fine. January 5th will be the next hearing for a pretrial at 10 o'clock.
So I'll sign up to you. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Anything else, Major?
Hey, Jesse.
State of Ohio versus Melissa Hardy, case number CRV 23585.
Approach her.
Yes. This is Mr. Morgan's case. Okay, good. Okay, she's at RRS. It sounds like there's things still being worked on in her treatment. She has been going.
Yes.
Can you have this one here?
How's the state want to proceed?
Well, I'm right now speaking with Tammy Hardy, who is Melissa's mother, and she's the alleged victim in this. And they've been doing counseling together, as well as Melissa doing, I guess, counseling on her own. And I believe that there's been significant improvement. And apparently Melissa's missing an opportunity to work because of the pending charges. And her mother feels as if the progress has been significant enough that she would request that we go ahead and dismiss the charges today.
Okay. So is that what the state wants to do?
Well, that's what we'll do based on what it looks like probably is the best thing. We will ask for payment of court costs, however.
I don't have any money today,
That
but
it's probably gonna mean the victim is gonna wind up paying the court costs.
Well, we don't want that to happen either.
I'm just putting two and two together. She doesn't have any money, she's not working, mom's gonna wind up paying the court costs.
But I guess we'll just,
She's the complaining party.
no court.
Why don't we do this? Let's nollie it with the right to refile. So I'm not as convinced that you are that she's on, from what I read. She's got a good start, but I don't think she's where she needs to be. But at your request, I want to let it be dismissed, but with the right to refile it. If she messes up again, they can refile this one plus any new charge. Do you understand that? So it's being dismissed without prejudice, and what that means is fancy legal words. It means the state can refile it if you mess up again. They can bring these charges back.
okay.
So
That sounds,
at your request, that's what I'm going to do, and I'll do it without cost, so you don't have to pay the charges.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're
thank you
welcome.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Stephen Stapleton Jr., case number CRB 23428.
This is Mr. Morford's case. Shawnee is involved in this. We've been trying to get reports from them.
Judge, believe it or
Got
not,
one?
Santa Claus brought one today.
Okay. Very brief, but it'll fill the bill. How's the state want to proceed on this one?
Well, we're happy to see that he's attending and is compliant. We'd like to see a little bit more progress.
Mr. Morford?
Judge, I would agree with Mr. Hilda's session that progress has been made, and probably there is room for some improvement yet.
Okay. I'm looking the last week of January, the 22nd or the 26th?
Either day's good here, Judge.
January 26th. Be the next hearing, 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Stephen Dennison, case number CRB 23612.
Hey, Butch.
All right, Mr. Dennison, do you have counsel today?
I do not. Your Honor, I have the alleged victim, Joshua Bowman, here, and at a previous hearing, this is a step-uncle and step-nephew relationship, and they had some issues at home, of which there's obviously a dispute about exactly what happened, but fortunately for Mr. Bowman, the alleged victim, he has a home in Ironton that he's preparing to be able to move into soon. And he is supervised and assisted by the Lawrence County Board of DD, who helps him with some services in the home. And he will not be going back to the home where Mr. Dennison resides. And for that reason, we would be, and Mr. Bowman agrees and approves of the idea of dismissing the charge, don't have no further contact, and we would ask for the payment of court costs.
All right, Mr. Dennison, how do you feel about that?
What was the last part?
He said he wants you to pay the court costs and be dismissed if you pay the court costs.
I'm not paying anything, Your Honor. I didn't do anything, so why would I pay anything? I don't even know how much it would be, but
$110. So what says the state?
I think Josh can pay that. He's got plenty of money.
We'll just dismiss it outright.
All right, they're going to dismiss it without paying the costs. So it'll be dismissed without paying the costs.
Thank
You're
you.
free to go, sir.
State of Ohio versus Timothy Henry, case number CRA 23747. Judge, this was moved forward. The warrant from Fairfield County has been recalled.
All right, this is Timothy Lee Henry, had a warrant from Fairfield County. He either posted bond or they came and picked him up, one or the other. In any event, the warrant's been recalled, so the case here is dismissed.
State of Ohio versus Adeline Temper, case number TRC 231043 A and B. This is Tyler Smith's case.
Your Honor, he messaged me a little bit ago because he had learned that this case was, and he's got another one too, that were still on the docket today, and he thought that he had gotten those continued until January. And he's in Georgia today, and the young lady's not here. We don't have a problem moving the case.
There's no entry in the file. I haven't seen an entry.
No, but I don't, I guess that I'm just going on the fact that Mr. Smith is generally pretty diligent about these things. Yeah, he said he thought it could continue till the 18th of January.
That's a Thursday. That's not a case.
Oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry. I misunderstood this. Are you a county court Roger citizen? I continued those a month ago until the 18th. At least he thought, which would be then Monday.
There is an entry in the file.
Yeah, so Monday.
Unfortunately, I probably signed it without realizing, because they didn't want to set that many cases on the 18th.
We could move them again, probably.
Let's see what we got. Yeah, I don't want to do it to 18th. So I'm going to continue on. You can let him know they've been continued from the 18th. January 12th. That should be pretrial motion to suppress.
State of Ohio versus Shannon Badalamenti, case number CRA 23697. Preliminary hearing.
Badalamenti's at ADP. I have a report from them.
Yes, Your Honor, she is in our inpatient program, and she is doing great there.
Very good. Her completion date is going to be when?
I believe it is the 6th of January, is that right? I'm trying to get it pulled up. It might be the 1st. It's the beginning of January.
Okay, what then? What's going to happen after?
Well, Your Honor, we are working on that. She is prescribed methadone, so it kind of limits her options for aftercare. She also doesn't have like a state ID or her documentation to get those things, so we are working on that. I think the goal would obviously be for her to go to further long-term treatment. So we're doing what we can to work on that.
How many milligrams a day?
200.
That's the most I've ever heard of. I've never had anybody with that much. And I assume you're going to the Ultimate Treatment Center? Is that what it's called, the one in Huntington?
Yeah.
How long have you been going there?
About a year. I've been on, I've been doing for a little bit over a year, but July, I've been going there since July. But I came there from Marysville on it.
You were taking it before you got here?
Yeah.
Is there any attempt to come down off of it, or what's going
Well,
on?
I talked to her about that, Your Honor. She's not really willing. She shared that she has a brittle bone disease, so that's the main reason she says that she takes methadone is for pain management. So we did discuss that. I don't think that's something that she's willing to do.
I think the case just needs to go to the grand jury. So I don't see how I can handle this. They're taking 200 milligrams of methadone a day.
Yeah, it really limits her as far as treatment goes.
What's the state's position?
Well, I understand what the court is saying about this. Obviously, this is just a layperson's opinion, but I would think there'd be better ways to handle pain than methadone, but I could be wrong. But I think that the options that are available at the Common Police Court probably are better suited to her situation. We would encourage her to stay in treatment because it's a softer landing when you get to the Common Police Court if you're already doing something.
I'll wait to the grand jury. She's on a no-R bond.
Or we could, if they wanted to waive, if she wanted to waive, then she could stay in treatment, and that would be a condition of her bond.
Judge, do you mind recalling? I think
recall that you had a chance to talk about it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus John McCoy, case number CRA 233971, A and B, CRB 22426, CRB 2697.
Not for first case. Yes. Okay.
Judge, I'd like to keep him right where he's at. Last time we were here, October 27th, I believe the court remarked he'd had a good start. I think he's continued that, but I believe he still has some ways to go.
Mr. Healy?
We're not opposed to that at this time, Your Honor.
January 26th.
That's good to hear, Judge.
Okay. Keep at it.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you. Good.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus William E. Smith Jr., case number CRA 23-327, A and B.
Butch.
William Smith.
This is Mr. Steyer's case, set for a preliminary hearing.
All right. Your Honor, apparently, some of the Bethesda clients were here earlier in the morning and were taken to a Christmas event, and so are not here now. And Mr. Smith is among them. However, he has a positive.
It's for Suboxone, it's prescribed.
No, I meant a positive report, not a
Who
positive.
made that decision?
Well, Your Honor, you can blame it on me, and I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll vote with you.
They had, well, apparently they were taking him to a special thing in Minford or whatever, and they were all doing well, and I just said I didn't care, and I apologize to
Does
them.
that mean Mr. Hill has to hold a Christmas party for all court staff?
No, it doesn't. Okay.
So I assume the state would have us just bring him back in a date the court deems appropriate, and we, of course, would waive time constraints to accomplish that. I'm here all court dates in January other than the 12th.
January 19th.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Tory Lindsay, case number CRB 23-642, A and B.
Mr. Scott's case.
That's correct, Judge. Last time we were here, we're kind of going back and forth on whether to put her inpatient, outpatient. We went with outpatient, gave her a couple weeks to see how she would do with that.
Right.
We have a positive report today, and I'll let the provider speak on that.
Yeah, Coach Connor.
Yes. Thank you. Okay, she did do a screen today, but was appropriate. Okay, Hometown is recommending that she stay in outpatient, even though there was a problem on November 30th. She did self-report. Okay, Mr. Hill.
And we're okay with the continuance on with the treatment. Hopefully she is able to avoid any setbacks going forward.
So Judge, we're here for sentencing.
Yeah.
We would ask that part of that sentencing can be completion of outpatient, then any fines can be probation that of course sees fit.
All right, so it's 642 A and B.
That's what I'm tracking, Judge.
Is there anything you wish to say, Ms. Lindsay, before I conclude your sentencing?
I would just like to thank the court for their time and let you know that I do appreciate this opportunity. I know I had to slip up, but like you said, I did come in and self-report because I realize that's not how I want to live no more. So I think this accountability and the structure of it will be good for me.
Okay. Is there anyone from Thrive here today? Because I originally had.
They were here earlier, but I think they were.
Okay. And it's Eric, what's his, is it Eric?
Yeah, I think it's
Do I have his contact?
The lady that I had spoke with was a female,
Juanita?
yeah, and we kind of played phone tag back and forth, but she's still willing to do the over-the-phone assessment with me, because like I said, I work, and then I was going to my groups, and I do 5 groups a week, 2 screens, so we were just having trouble communicating, but she is willing to still do my assessment over the phone.
Is her number 8610786? Cam?
Yes, that's it, Your Honor.
Okay. Is this 2432 South 4th Street, correct?
Yes.
Phone?
740-442-8112.
8112?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, on the A case, which is the theft, I'll impose $100, which I'll suspend on the condition she's compliant with treatment. Order you to pay the court costs. I'm going to make it 30 days in jail and suspend all 30 days on the condition that you do 18 hours community service. You don't have to write this down, you can get a piece of paper.
All right.
18 hours community service, 2 years of level 4 probation, do treatment with hometown recovery, and participate in peer recovery coaching with Thrive.
Okay.
So when they call, here's the problem that I typically have, or what I get reported is, they call and people won't answer the phone. So you need to communicate with them.
Yeah.
So you've already maybe started that process?
Yeah, we've kept in communication. Like I said, it was just trouble of her being able to get a hold of me when I was at group and such, but I've kept in contact with her the whole time.
Okay. And I just sent her a copy of your paperwork and your phone number. So
Okay.
Juanita, she should be
Yeah,
getting in touch with you.
Yeah, we've been in contact. She has my phone number. Thank you.
Okay. Let's set a review hearing.
Write this one.
January 29th. That'll be your first review. So I'm going to get good reports then. Then she has a B case, criminal trespass.
I think we did this case already. I had 2
I'll impose a $50 fine on that, no court cost because I put it on the other case. 30 days in jail, all suspended. I want you to see Mr. Major in the probation office. He'll give you a piece of paper, it's got all this information I just told you on it. Continue with your treatment as you have been. Come back on January 29th for your review at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'll see you outside.
All right.
Thanks, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Ryan D. Johnson, case number TRC 23317, A and B.
Your Honor, I just texted you a completion letter for him. If you could see it, it's kind of small.
Okay, and I've got it in my hand now.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, that helps. There you go.
Thank you. Okay, we've been at this for a while. So there's already been a guilty plea. He's completed his counseling. So I guess at this point, it'd be appropriate to go ahead and do the sentence. What's the state going to recommend in terms of the sentence?
Well, Your Honor, this is charged as a third offense plus a refusal and an additional in 20 years, so pretty steep potential. He's done very well in the treatment and completed the program, which is the incentive that we hope to give him at the time he pled guilty back in June. You know, when it's this serious of a charge, we still think there needs to be, even though he's completed the treatment, there still needs to be some response. And so we believe that there still needs to be some jail time imposed, but not the amount that would have been according to the way it was originally written. So as far as a specific amount of time, we would think somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 to 10 days actually imposed, with a larger suspended sentence.
Your Honor, I would ask for no jail in this case. You know, the court is bound to follow the letter of the law, but we have used people's success in treatment as in place of jail. I think there was some, we did discuss that, and he's done very, very well. I would ask that the state reconsider its request for jail time, maybe more community service, more fines, but.
Well, due to the severity of this case, I think what I want to do, I'm going to read the statement of facts that the officer gave into the record.
Okay.
And then if you want to respond, if you would like to respond in any way to that, you can, but I think it is important to place that in the record. And this is from Trooper Stump, who was the investigating officer. March 27, 2023, at approximately 9:39 a.m. in Fayette Township, Lawrence County, I was dispatched to a one-vehicle crash on County Road 15 near County Road 59. I arrived on scene at 10:01 a.m. Fire Department and Lawrence County EMS were on the scene prior to my arrival. I was advised by the fire department that the driver was underneath the bridge where he wrecked, either dumping out beer cans or drinking them. I was unable to see the driver while he was underneath the bridge. I yelled down at him and advised him to come up to the roadway. He then made his way up to the road. He was unable to provide a driver's license. He provided a social security number. After running him through leads, I was able to verify his name as Ryan Johnson. Mr. Johnson had a strong odor of alcohol emanating from his person. He also had bloodshot eyes and slurred speech. Asked him how much alcohol he'd had to drink. He said 2 or 3 beers prior to the crash. He stated he does flooring, had recently completed a flooring estimate nearby. He stated he stopped and bought a 12-pack of Bud Light on his way home. He stated after crashing he drank an additional 7 or 8 beers while waiting for law enforcement to arrive. Asked him if he would consent to horizontal gaze and nystagmus test, which he agreed. During the test, he displayed 6 clues of impairment. He also had vertical nystagmus. I asked him if he would consent to any additional sobriety tests, and he refused. He stated there was no point admitted that he was impaired. He said after drinking the 7 or 8 beers after crashing, he would probably be high on an alcohol test. Mr. Johnson was placed under arrest for an OBI. He was searched and placed in the rear of my patrol car. He was then read his Miranda rights, which he stated he understood. I asked him if he could state his level of impairment at the time of the crash, with 0 being not impaired at all and 10 being extremely impaired. He stated he was a 3. At this time, Trooper Webb arrived. Trooper Webb witnessed DMV form 2255. Mr. Johnson was explained the consequences of taking or refusing to provide a breath test. Mr. Johnson then advised he would refuse to provide a breath sample. This time, Mr. Johnson was transported to Lawrence County Jail for booking. He was cited for OVI and failure to control. Towing recovered the vehicle out of the creek and secured it at their lot. He was given an initial court date, March 31st at Lawrence County Municipal Court. All right, any response or any statement that either the defendant wished to make or counsel?
Your Honor, I just would like to, in the spirit of full disclosure, there was a discussion back at the time when he pled guilty that we didn't know for sure how much beer he consumed before and after, but apparently there was proof that he was drinking after. So we didn't know exactly how impaired he was beforehand. And if that means anything, I think that maybe that would clouded the case a little bit for us, or muddied, whatever.
Your Honor, in the statement of facts, it does indicate his willingness to cooperate, admit to what he's done in the statement of facts. He admitted to the officer how much he had to drink and how much he had to drink after the crash. If there's something we could do about the jail time, Your Honor, I believe that would be appropriate.
Well, anything you wish to say, sir? You have a right to make a statement if you wish.
No, Your Honor, I mean, this actually saved my life, because right now I'm walking testament that you can change. So if that's anything I got out of all this, I'm going to keep continuing to do the MAT and take the Vivitrol, because it's saving my life and it's saving my marriage. And I mean, that's just where I'm at now. I grew up a little bit, and
And Your Honor, if you do impose a jail sentence, I ask that maybe he could have a stay on that and maybe not serve that right away, if that's doable.
Because of my job.
And what would be the basis of that?
His job.
Where are you working, sir?
I just got hired in as a journeyman in the labor. I got hired in last night.
Ed?
The carpenter's labor.
When did you start that?
I've been in it for about 45 days, but it was a 30-day trial.
Okay.
And then after 30 days, they either tell if you're going to be an apprentice, which you don't know much, or a journeyman, and I got hired in last night as a journeyman.
What's the name of the local?
It's Local 439. Charleston Local. Carpenters Union. I work 4/10s. Friday's my day off. That's why we made it Friday.
So if that has any, if the court would sentence him to jail time, maybe that can run over that period of time that he doesn't work.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
All right, anything else you want to tell me?
No, Your Honor.
Well, yeah.
Is this going to be the first offense? Or are you going to treat it?
Well, actually, it's a third.
Yeah, but y'all said back in the first hearing.
Ma'am, you're out of order.
Shauna.
You're not allowed to speak.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Third.
That's not what they said.
Ma'am,
You said you
out or
said as a first.
in the back.
Sorry.
Well, I applaud what you've done. I think you've done very well. And I'm going to give you a break, but how much of a break is the issue? Yeah, on this case, without your treatment, you're looking at a minimum mandatory sentence of 60 days in jail.
Yeah.
2 months mandatory. And I'm not going to give you that. Okay?
Oh, man, I appreciate that. Thank you.
I'm not going to give you 2 months in jail. But there's also, I mean...
And I'm sorry about my wife breaking down.
Okay. I'm fully in support of getting people doing treatment and getting in recovery, and I want to applaud that. But there's still stuff that you did. You know, your stuff that you did while you're not in recovery that has consequences. So, and actually, I mean, this is what I just read to you. That's minimum. That's what the legislature, those folks that go up to Columbus and meet, you know, in the House of Representatives and the State Senate, they pass laws.
Correct.
And I take an oath that I'm going to enforce those laws. But I'm going to deviate from what they tell me I have to do. Because you've done so well.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
And we've got, I'm not the last resort. You know, there's courts above me, the Court of Appeals, the 4th District Court of Appeals. This guy right here didn't agree with what I'm going to do. He can appeal me to the Court of Appeals. You know what they're going to do? They're going to reverse me and send it back and say, you've got to do what the legislature said. Now, I don't know if he's going to do that.
Well, thank you very much, Your Honor.
So you can tell your wife that I'm going out on a limb for you.
Thank you.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to impose a $700 fine, which is pretty steep, but not what I would usually do on a third offense. I'm going to order you to pay the court costs. I'm going to give you a 1-year license suspension, and I'll start it the date of your offense. So you don't have that much longer. March 27th. I'm going to give you the 60 days in jail, but I'm going to suspend 54. I'm giving you 6 days in jail, and I'm going to let you actually break it up and do 2 weekends.
Thank you so much.
You can come on Friday.
Can I
do a 3-day weekend?
Do I pick?
Twice.
Or just show up and then it's recorded, or?
No, you got to come here. You got to come here to the court.
Okay, so just come here on a Friday, turn myself in.
I'm going to give you a date. I'm going to give you some input. When would be the best Friday for you to come?
Hopefully the beginning of the year.
January 5th.
January 5th?
That's the first Friday in January.
Let's get it over with.
Okay, you're going to come here by 11 a.m. on January 5th to do the weekend in jail. And then I'll let you come back a couple weeks off, unless you want to do it like the next weekend. I was going to say January 26th for your second weekend.
Break it up. It'll be all done in January.
Yes, sir.
That'll be fine with me.
But I'm holding 54 days over your head.
For probation.
Yeah, I mean, if you mess up, I got that much I can impose.
The only thing I'm dirty for ever is weed. And that's it. Never anything else anymore.
Okay, I want you to, and maybe you've already done this. You've done great so far, but we need a plan going forward. How are you going to stay clean, sober going forward? And maybe that entails some additional follow-up, some additional counseling, some going to...
It's still open with Jim, the guy that I was counseling with, and I still talk to him about every 3 days. So, yeah, I'll still keep going to counseling, and then my MAT is probably going to be for the next year or so.
Yeah,
until I think I can stop drinking all by myself.
You've got to keep working on this. It's not over.
I know.
It's never going to be over. But the amount of work you have to put in hopefully decreases over time, because the experts tell me if you've had a serious problem, which it looks like you've had, it actually takes years before your brain is totally healed. And you're, you know, not at great risk. I mean, you get a year clean, you're like a 50-50 chance of relapsing. You get 7 years clean, you only have like a 10% chance of relapsing it. So we need time in recovery. Time in recovery is very important. And whatever you have to do to get that time in recovery, that's what you got to do. And you just can't assume, oh, I'm good now. I don't have to work on this anymore.
That's what got me last time.
Up.
That's what got me last time.
So you need a plan.
Yes, sir.
And there's all kinds of resources to help you with that plan. But you got to take advantage of them, and I want you to do that.
Yes, sir.
And one of the things I'm going to do is have you come back, and I'm going to check on you and see what you're doing.
Good.
While you're on probation.
Good.
Excuse me, Your Honor. I know we have to give the report. What was the other date that we had?
26.
26 for a second report day. And
Would it, before 11, so if I come, like, what's the earliest I can get here?
January 5th.
No, time-wise, I mean.
11.
11's the earliest? Okay.
There's no reason for you to come any earlier.
Okay.
I mean, you're welcome to come when the doors open at 8:30, but you're just gonna be sitting here watching court.
I think I'm gonna sit here, get here a couple minutes before 11.
Okay.
I'm happy with it.
I'm gonna set your first review hearing.
I'm happy
You might as well
with
just
that.
keep it January 5th. So I wanna see you on January 5th. You're gonna be here anyway.
Yes.
So let's make it a review hearing then too. So we'll see where you are, what's going on. Then I'll do you again on the 26th, and then after that, I'll give you another day.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Okay, now, what else have we got? He had A and B.
What's the B?
Failure to comply.
Failure to control. $20 fine on the failure to control. Did you have insurance on the vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Did we already?
We've been
Okay,
through
we've
that
done
3 times.
It's
Yep.
it's on the computer that you had.
Yep.
Because they would give you another suspension if you didn't have proof of that.
Right.
Go see Mr. Major, do what you need to do. Tell your wife I wasn't that brutal.
No, I can give you a hug right now.
Okay.
I can give
All
you a
right,
hug
good
right
luck.
now.
Keep working.
Thank you.
I'll see
Thank
you
you.
on January 5th.
Thank you. Take
Do
care.
you want to have any community service or?
Yeah, let's do 60 hours of community service.
That one's gonna hurt, but you guys do it on this weekend, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Saturdays and Sundays now.
And what day's the double day? Isn't there a double hour day?
Sometimes.
Oh, okay.
They just pop up.
Okay,
From
thank
time
you.
to time.
Thank you,
State of Ohio versus Cindy Van Bibber, case number CRB 23508. This is another one of those.
Okay, on Cindy Van Bibber, this is one, and you didn't get the memo then?
No.
Your attorney says he can't be here today and he wanted to continue, so I'm going to continue. What was the date I did the other one? January something.
I can tell you.
Mr. Hill's got
The 12th.
the 12th?
Yeah.
Do you have anything for Mark with you today?
No, I don't.
Okay, when you come back on January 12th, give me a report from Mark.
Okay.
You're
And what
going-
time?
Are you still going there?
Yes.
Okay. I need a report from you.
Okay.
January the 12th, 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Kenneth E. Hogan, case number CRB 23420.
Okay, this is on the sentencing docket, I believe. Mr. Cogan, you were working with the tax department about trying to get this resolved?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
I've spoken with the enforcement officer today, and he says everything
We
is,
still got more to go though, but it's still being worked on.
he's in compliance, and the officer recommended that he receive the minimum fine as a disposition,
Okay.
which is, well, I guess the minimum fine would be 0, but I don't think that's what he meant.
Do you have any recommendation or?
We don't, $125 fine, something like that would be appropriate.
Mr. Cogan, anything you wish to say? Okay, $125 fine and court costs. And you can pay that today? See the clerk. The case is completed. All right. No probation or anything like that.
So I gotta take something out there?
just go to the clerk's office and they'll have it, and just pay them your fine court costs. You'll be done.
State of Ohio versus Christina M. Nunez, case number CRB 23636.
Okay, so I think what happened was you entered a plea, I sent word you go to OVP, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is the VA involved too?
No,
Okay. Are you a veteran?
my husband is.
Okay. Because I had to know something about did you talk to the VA or?
No, I took it upon myself to go to the OVP in Proctorville and do grief counseling through them.
Okay. Do you, well, what's the state's position on this?
Well, Your Honor, we have recently spoken with the alleged victim of this. She says there haven't been any more issues. And she didn't have any input on what she thought the disposition should be. So I don't know what today's report from OVP says.
This basically says she's going, it doesn't give me much detail, it says she's going to OVP, getting services, and that she's agreed to continue as long as it's beneficial.
Because I'm not going for substance abuse, I'm going for my own personal reasons.
Yes, Your Honor. It was said that she is in remission from her alcohol and substance use disorder, for her to seek treatment for that at her own discretion if she has issues with that in the future, but they did suggest like mental health counseling. So I'm assuming that's what she's continuing with at this time.
Yes? Do you feel it's helpful?
Yes.
Okay. What's the state want to see happen on this?
Well, we want to see her to continue with that as long as she feels like she needs it. Now, whether that means that we need to continue with court involvement or not, I don't guess I really know. Probably need to check in a time or two more to make sure, I guess.
Why don't we do this, just come back in 2 months and see where things are, and maybe we can conclude it then. So that's going to be February?
Your Honor.
Yes.
I'm having a implant removed from my back in January the 12th. So as long as I'm healed, I'm good with that. I just don't want to get any kind of infection.
Well, if we make this February 26th, that gives you over a month
That's
to
perfect.
heal up and come back.
Thank you.
February 26th will be your next hearing, and it will be a sentencing hearing.
Okay.
Okay, good luck with your surgery.
What time?
10 o'clock.
Okay, 10 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Cody A. Kelly, case number CRB 18292, TRD 18628 A and D, CRB 16661, CRA 14498.
Okay.
Mr. Morgan's case.
This is sentencing. Well, I think it's on the sentencing docket because he has a bond up now.
That's my understanding. My office was told it was more in the line of review.
It's like a review that turned into sentencing with a bond. So, he did make a pretty substantial payment today. So thank you for that. Are you're working now or what?
I get Social Security, but I've been helping my pawpaw here a little bit on the farm, so he's been giving me a little bit of money.
Okay. All I'll set your next hearing for February the 5th for sentencing. 10 o'clock. February 5th.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
State of Ohio recall Shannon Badalamenti, case number CRA 23697.
Okay, we took a break on this one so Mr. Morford and Ms. Badalamenti could have a conversation. How do you want to proceed?
Judge, I'm going to tell her what she told me, then I'm going to let her tell you what she wants to do. She is willing to complete treatment at Bethesda,
No,
or OVP, excuse me, OVP, and then she wants to go to,
I was told to call hometown, but I'm willing to come down on the methadone. I just didn't want to completely quit because of the pain. Well, hometown doesn't take methadone. There's no programs that take methadone except a couple in West Virginia, and since you don't have a state ID or West Virginia insurance, you can't do those programs. I just want to be out so I can work and stuff.
Are you working now?
No, I'm in OVP, but
I mean, where are you working?
no, I wasn't. I was using.
I think the counseling center might take her, but it'd have to be inpatient, I think, with methadone.
They taper them off, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That sounds like a solution.
But you have to be willing to come completely off of it. I can't get, I mean, I have a lot of pain, so I wouldn't be any good to. Well, but I think there are different routes you can take outside of methadone if you're willing to do that in order to get treatment. It's the only way I've stayed sober was with the methadone. The only time I used was when I couldn't get to the methadone clinic once my car was stolen.
Okay. Well, I think under those circumstances, we just need to send you to the Common Pleas that's got more available tools than I have here. I don't really have the tools available to effectively deal with somebody in your situation, I don't believe.
So I'm just staying at OVP until then?
I would suggest you stay in treatment.
I would concur with that.
So the question is, does she want to waive her right to preliminary hearing and keep the bond in effect that she has, or let the state nolly it and then, I mean, who knows, maybe they won't even present it to the grand jury.
I would imagine we will, but
Mr. Morford?
Well, let's choose to waive her.
Whatever you guys want to do.
Judge, I'm going to advise her to waive her preliminary hearing.
Okay, she needs to sign a waiver.
I think it's completely unfair, but
No comments.
And you know, Your Honor, another thing too is this might be something that QRT could have a hand in as well.
Is there anybody here?
Well, she was earlier.
I didn't see her when I came in. I don't think she is.
I think she's gone.
You're welcome. All right, I'm going to accept your waiver. Case is going to be bound over to the grand jury.
Thank you.
thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Okay, court's adjourned.
That's Masters.
Excuse me, I've been waiting here all day. I was supposed to be here for a review hearing. I've been here since like 8:55.
What's your name?
Kayla Smith. I checked in at the door and when he was doing the roll call in here.
I think it's for a longer extension possibly, so.
Did you check
check in at the clerk's counter?
No, I checked in at the
Door
door
and
and,
they got the tickets with
I'm sorry, yeah, I checked in when I walked in and when he did roll call, he called my name and I said, here.
Yeah, you're supposed, okay, I'll be right back.
I'm sorry, I've never had to check in at the clerk's office before.
Your name is Kelly Smith?
Kayla Smith.
Kayla Smith.
Okay. Yeah, I got text about you from,
Yeah.
you were in Western Regional and got discharged recently?
No,
Where have you been?
Project Hope, and then I got discharged.
Oh, okay, you're the one, and now you're at the mission?
Correct.
Okay.
And I'm continuing my recovery at ProAct.
You have some reports from them?
Huh?
Do you have reports from ProAct?
I do, I have something stating I'm there, and I have drug screens.
Can you get the reports?
Would you like me to come to the table?
He's gonna, the bailiff's gonna get him. Yeah. What's that for a review hearing today, so I don't know why I didn't get on the docket.
I wasn't sure either, I thought it was the 15th.
It's case number 23271, Kayla Smith. It was a theft offense.
Correct. Those are all my drug screens from the beginning of Project Hope, and then in the back is the most recent from ProAct, and then one from Cabell Hospital that I
So,
took.
Well, let me ask you this, how was Project Hope?
It was wonderful. I am sorry to have been discharged. What had happened, their father snuck in through the window while I was at the store, and they did an apartment check and found him in there. So they had to discharge me. We've left on good terms. Even though I've been discharged, I can still go to groups there. They helped me get into the mission. They're helping me find permanent housing. All their resources that they gave me for job search and school, going back to school are still in place. I actually just completed my FAFSA to go back and be a therapist. I've had a job interview at McDonald's, but unfortunately they won't hire me because I can't work weekends because of the kids. So.
And is he from Cleveland? Are you from Cleveland originally?
Yes.
Okay, he came all the way down here from Cleveland?
Well, we moved down here about September of '21 together.
Okay, so he was already here.
Yes.
Now, is he using?
To my knowledge, no, he is clean, but I have no way to verify that with the court, so.
Okay, are these my copies to keep?
Yes, you can keep those. And then the thing in the envelope is from ProAct stating, when I went there.
Now, I talked to Tori, what's the lady that's over Project Hope, so I talked to her about your case.
Yeah, Terry maybe?
Terry.
Terry, yeah, she's the lead therapist over there. She unfortunately was not my personal therapist. But yeah, she told me you called to check up on me and everything, so. But I went to ProAct immediately the very next day after I got discharged to set up services and began that Monday.
I'm sorry that you got kicked out of Project Hope. I believe it's a good program, although I've never stayed there, so I don't know. I would have to rely on people to go there. I think it's a worthwhile program.
It is. It's a wonderful program. They really help people. They truly care. You know, and I think it's good to give the people with children an opportunity to recover with them because it's different recovering without kids and then being thrown back into your kids. It would
So tell me about what's going on at the mission.
I'm staying there with all three of my kids. They are helping me find permanent housing. I already have my Wayne County HUD voucher for a 3-bedroom. I'm literally just trying to find a landlord, and they're going to assist me with that and assist me in the deposit that it takes, because HUD won't pay for the
So they let you
deposit.
stay there, don't have a time frame where they're gonna kick you out or anything like that? Okay.
No, I've been talking to people, and there's people that's been there like 6 months, there's people been there 2 weeks, but they try to move the children through quickly, so.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming in. That's good that you came in. That looks like you followed up. So what's going on with the guy that got you kicked out of Project Hope?
As far as I know, he has took off, went to his mom's, because when they discharged me from Project Hope, they contacted CPS, and CPS advised me not to have contact with him. So I told him, I said, look, you can't contact me, I'm not gonna lose my kids over you, it's not gonna happen. So
where's his mom?
Kentucky.
Oh. Why did I think I thought you guys were from Cleveland.
We are originally. His parents are divorced, so his dad's up by Cleveland, Ohio, and his mom's in Kentucky. My mom's here. She came down with me today because wasn't quite sure how everything was going to go, to be honest with you.
Okay. Well, I don't want you to go to jail. I want you to just stay clean, take care of your kids, and get things straightened out. That's what I want to see happen.
Absolutely, that's what I want.
I was disappointed to hear that you got kicked out of Project Hope because I thought it was a really good program and was good for you in your situation.
Yes.
So, anyway. Well, it sounds like you're making the best out of the situation you got
That's what I'm trying to. Trying to.
dealt with, and from your screens and everything looked good compared to where you were when you first came here.
Correct.
So that's good. What's the long-range plan? Get housing and get a job?
Get housing, get a job. I'm
And
working
that's
with.
going to be Wayne County?
Correct, that's where my HUD voucher is for.
Why Wayne County?
To be honest, in Project Hope, they move faster than Cabell County.
Okay.
So I literally.
Get a place there faster?
Yeah, I literally applied online, and then a week later, they're telling me to come down and get my HUD voucher, so.
Okay. Well, I approve of what you're doing. I wish you were still at Project Hope, but we can't change what's already happened. I'll give you another review hearing date. Let's go into February.
Okay.
I'm going to make it February 5th.
Okay.
So they won't, so once you're kicked out of Project Hope, they won't ever take you back? Or?
No, they'll take, I've heard of people coming back. It's just, I'm not sure how long the stent is, and it would have to go through the treatment team to see if you could come back. But they still permitted me, I'm allowed to come over with my kids and go to groups there and everything like that, like if I'm in an emergency situation. And it's not all meetings except, or are open to kids coming into them.
Now, Mom, where are you from?
I live in Ohio. I got up at 2 o'clock this morning to be here.
Cuyahoga County?
No, Medina.
Okay, well, close enough.
Yeah.
Up north.
Yes.
That's Ohio, as we say.
Ohio.
You're in Ohio, yeah. It's totally different.
Yeah.
It's a different country. Okay, February 5th. Did you write that down?
Yes, I did.
All right. Anything you want to tell me that I need to know about her? I mean, it sounds like she's kind of on the right track.
I'm disappointed in the whole Project Hope thing myself.
Yeah, me too.
But I'm glad that she's took the initiative and continued on with what she had to do afterwards. And I think right now, the longer he stays away at the town meeting is for the best for her right now.
Yeah. Well, did he know that he was going to get you kicked out by coming there? Or?
Yes, he was aware. It was
Well,
I take accountability for it.
Something.
Yes, I take accountability for it. My kids, we decorated for Halloween the window, and my kids were telling him that we decorated the window for Halloween, so that's how he even found out where my window was. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, keep working like you are to get on the straight and narrow and get housing and take care of your kids and stay clean. That's
absolutely
what's got to happen. And I'll see you. I'm just, my role is just to check. I'll give you some accountability as to what you do. You know, I'm not wanting to put you in jail. I don't want you to go to jail. You got 6 months in jail over your head.
That's correct.
If you need, you know, sometimes if you need some, you know, carrots and sticks, you need a stick, it's like, oh, well, I don't want to go to jail for 6 months, so I better do this. That's okay. I'm all right with that.
Absolutely.
But right now, it looks like you're doing okay. Keep working at it, and we'll see you on February 5th.
All right. Thank you so much, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
As long as she's still doing good by February 5th, that means I can stay home and she can do this on her own.
Yes.
With no worry of me needing to take the babies back with me.
Well, I don't want to take.
Well, that's what I'm saying. As long as she's doing this.
As long as she's doing it, I'm not going to disturb things.
I don't need to worry about, okay.
No,
It's a long drive.
you can still worry if you want.
Well, I'm a mom. I'm always going to worry about her.
But you don't need to be here.
No, that's a long drive. I'm just getting over 2 broken
Like
legs.
5 hours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Good luck on your drive back.
Yeah.
All right, court's adjourned.